Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
The Penobscot Building, an iconic skyscraper in the heart of downtown Detroit, but there's an issue inside causing big problems for many who work here. Help me, Hank, tonight.
A local mother fighting to keep her son from being unplugged from life support gets a big win today. I'll explain.
But first, it wasn't an innocent mistake. Brand new security camera video shows two people breaking into a digital billboard on I-75 to program it with pornography. Good to have you with us today at 5. Alarmed drivers flooded Auburn Hills police with calls as they scrambled to shut that billboard down over the weekend.
And now we're getting a much clearer idea of what happened thanks to this security camera video from the room that houses the computer that controls that billboard. Let's get to Priya Manj, who's live in Auburn Hills tonight. Priya, it was somewhat of a shack that they broke into.
Yeah, that's right, Kim, and it's visible from the road. That shack is only about 50 yards away. It's behind a 6-foot fence located directly below the billboard, but the door was unlocked. So when these two got inside, within a matter of minutes, they were able to get porn up on that billboard, which displayed it along a busy freeway.
I've never heard of this happening anywhere before.
First, porn playing on a billboard by the freeway, then this surveillance video of two people breaking into the shack below the billboard to upload pornographic images.
In this particular incident, we had a local billboard basically run by a system on site that is not staffed with anybody, which obviously creates the perfect storm where somebody was able to have access to it.
Wearing hazmat-like disguises, Auburn Hills police say these two broke into the shack and uploaded porn to a laptop that displays images on that billboard.
The initial reaction was, how do we shut this thing down?
Auburn Hills police started getting calls around 11 Saturday night about porn playing on the billboard along I-75 near M59. Within 30 minutes, police were in contact with the company that was able to remotely disable the billboard.
We're concerned, one, that this video was played on the freeway billboard of all things, displayed out to people that I'm sure took exception to what they saw that night.
The billboard is owned by the Toronto-based company Triple Investment Group, which acquired the single billboard when it purchased the Silverdome. The company is cooperating with police. Now investigators are hoping you'll do the same.
We want to seek the public's help in trying to identify these two individuals responsible. What turned out to be maybe a prank or a funny joke just became a little more serious by breaking into a building.
Yeah, from a local ordinance violation, which would have been a misdemeanor, to a felony charge of burglary. If you recognize those two, Auburn Hills police want to hear from you. Reporting live, I'm Priya Manj, Local 4.
Well, they looked like they knew what they were doing, Priya. Is there any indication that this was an inside job?
You know, Kim, I asked police that as well. At this point, they say it doesn't appear so, but that is a theory they're investigating. That's why they want to hear from the public. They also want to hear from anybody who witnessed those images. They say that'll help the investigation as well. And back to you.
Yep. Okay, Priya, thanks.
Let's get to breaking political news now. The House Intelligence Committee just slapped a congressional subpoena on Rudy Giuliani, President Trump's personal attorney. It's part of the House Democrats' rapidly accelerating impeachment inquiry. The subpoena seeks documents related to the president's efforts to pressure the Ukrainian president to investigate 2020 contender and former Vice President Joe Biden. The committee is demanding that Giuliani turn over that information by October 15th, so he's got about 2 weeks to comply.
Our other top story, we're learning new information tonight after a young mother is shot and killed on Detroit's west side.
This happened early this morning on Santa Rosa Drive, not far from the corner of Livernois and Linden. Our Jason Colthorpe been working this story tonight as police hunt for the killer.
Police cleared the scene about mid-morning, and now this case falls into the hands of detectives here at police headquarters as they try and figure out who pulled the trigger. Shots rang out on quiet Santa Rosa Drive before the sun came up this morning. 23-year-old Khadijah Morrison was found on the ground near her 2009 Dodge Avenger with her keys lying beside her. The young mother of a 1-year-old girl had been shot twice. As word spread of what happened, family and friends of Morrison were inconsolable. Tributes for her started hitting social media around mid-morning, friends sharing their sadness over her loss. As for police, the investigation shifts to who killed Morrison. Some at the scene this morning believe Morrison may have been killed by a man whom she knew romantically. Right now, police very tight-lipped, saying only the investigation is just beginning. On the west side today, Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
All right, Jason. The strike by the United Auto Workers against General Motors today enters week number 3.
Yeah, and it seems to be no end in sight here. Today is day 15 for the walkout that has stopped GM production nationwide. The two sides were back at the bargaining table today. While the two sides have talked about progress, nobody has spoken about breakthroughs on issues such as pay, use of temporary workers, and commitments for more GM products in the United States. Today marks the first day striking workers will be eligible for strike pay. In the meantime, the talks have been taking place under somewhat of a cloud of ongoing federal corruption among UAW leaders.
And one UAW official caught up in that investigation is expected to enter a plea. Local 4 has learned that Jeff Peterzik plans to plead guilty. He had served as an aide to Union Vice President Joe Ashton. That plea is expected to come by the end of October. Peterzik is charged with money laundering and wire fraud for allegedly getting kickbacks from UAW vendors. Today, a small victory for a mother who has been on the losing end of a medical decision.
Yeah, we've been following the plight of a downriver mother desperately trying to stop Mott Children's Hospital in Ann Arbor from taking her son, Bobby, off life support. The 14-year-old was pronounced brain dead a little more than a week ago after suffering an asthma attack and cardiac arrest. Well, this morning was the deadline, but the mother won a court battle to keep life support going. Paula Tutman was there when the decision was made.
I think the big headline today is that unlike this weekend, today, this family has hope because they have time. Sarah Jones has fought valiantly to keep her son connected to life support. Today, a small victory in court brought little joy, given the uphill climb and the gravity of 14-year-old Bobby Jones' medical condition.
We got what we wanted. We got more time. We got more time. That's all we wanted. We got time to find a facility to put Bobby in. That's all we were asking for, and the judge gave it to us.
Bobby remains on life support at Mott Children's in Ann Arbor, though Sarah believes he is already showing signs of improvement.
His heart's beating on his own. His thyroid, his pituitary gland's working. He had a fever. He fought it. And Bobby hears me when I touch him and hold his hand. His blood pressure comes down. He feels me. My son's there, and his mom's fighting for him, and he's going to make it.
Her argument is that she believes that given enough time, there is a slim chance the brain might actually heal itself. And so today she went to court in Ann Arbor with a small army of fellow prayer warriors to stop the hospital from pulling the plug.
We filed a motion for injunctive relief seeking to give the family more time to have the opportunity to get Bobby transferred and get him care and let the family make the decisions regarding their minor child's health.
It's a great relief, I'd say.
Yes.
My brother's he's gonna be okay. He's gonna wake up, and this is gonna make our family have a lot more hope than what we had before.
Her next task is to find a facility that will keep Bobby on advanced life support for at least the next 28 days, if not longer. She says it could be enough time to determine if he's truly gone or if a miracle can happen. The hospital released a statement this afternoon saying Michigan Medicine follows the state of Michigan law on determination of death and conducts extensive testing before determining there is brain death due to the irreversible cessation of all functions of the entire brain. All of us empathize with the extraordinarily emotional process that families facing such matters go through. If another facility provides technology or services not available at Michigan Medicine and the patient's family chooses to go elsewhere, our team will facilitate a transfer.
That's what we need help with now, finding some place that will take Bobby. And there is a couple places. They're out of state though, but we're open to any options because we're willing to do anything, obviously, for Bobby.
And that was Paula Tutman reporting there. You heard her talk about options. She says she's ready to move her family to a new state if necessary to keep her son on life support. We'll keep you posted on his condition.
Well, if you decided to turn on the furnace this weekend, you were going to need to switch it back to the AC here pretty quickly.
Just to knock the chill off, so don't judge me. Let's get over to Ben. We're heading into October with temperatures near 80.
Yeah, in fact, Kim, one of us is already there. Adrian right now at 83 as the clouds have cleared out from the west and south zones first. That is still keeping most of us in the mid-70s. but there's still a chance that a couple more spots may touch 80 degrees before we finally call it quits on today. So the headlines here over the next 7: uncomfortable night tonight, record heat tomorrow, or at least very close to that mark, and the potential for severe weather. So a very summer-like day ahead of us on Tuesday, but we're actually going not only back to normal, but below it for the second half of the forecast, and we'll run it all down for you coming up in a few minutes. Devin?
All right, Ben. Well, we are coming down to the last few hours now in Lansing to reach a budget deal. The midnight deadline now, a little less than 7 hours away. But Governor Whitmer says there is not going to be a government shutdown. Mara McDonald now with a look at where things stand at this hour. Mara?
Devin, here's where we're at right now. It does not appear that there's going to be one of those midnight slide for life type deals that we've seen in the past. Instead, it looks like the governor is going to start signing budgets.
It appears the governor is going to start signing the budgets presented to her, even though they differ greatly from what she originally proposed. You'll remember Whitmer's original budget proposal called for a 45-cent gas tax hike as the centerpiece of her plan. The GOP legislature and members of her own caucus said that was a no-go. And though she vowed to veto any budget that didn't have a roads fix in it, it appears she isn't going to do that. Instead, she'll sign off on the budgets presented, but has the option of moving money around in various departments, which she is expected to do tomorrow, as well as use her line item veto.
So, with all the budget pressure off, that means that talks can start anew to try and figure out a comprehensive road funding plan. We're in the newsroom. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Okay, Mara, much more ahead here at 5. Here's Jamie.
There's always discussion about the development of downtown Detroit. Today, an announcement about the neighborhoods.
What if the corporate community partnered with individual neighborhoods, just like we have all kinds of investment in downtown?
All the details about this multi-million-dollar investment next on Local 4.
Also, the fight against Triple E hits a roadblock. Why the state says they had no choice but to delay spraying for mosquitoes across 14 Michigan counties. Hank?
The Penobscot Building, it is iconic, a fixture here in the heart of downtown Detroit, but there is an issue, a big problem inside causing frustration for many. Help me, Hank, tonight.